Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are diving into a new feature introduced in Java 14 that is called records. If you have ever found yourself writing a lot of boilerplate code just to create simple data carrying classes, then records are about to make your life easier. So let's jump right into it. So Java records are special kind of classes introduced in Java 14 and they are designed to act as simple data carriers. So before Java records, so how we were managing our data carrier classes, and after this feature is introduced, so how it makes our life easier. So let's jump into the example and try to understand what all features are available under Java records. So here I will be creating one class. Let's call it person class. In this class, I am creating properties: private string name, private int age, and private string email. So let's make those final. As we are creating the immutable class, so that the values once assigned to these properties, so we cannot change those values. And to initialize those values, so we have the parameterized constructor, and to get the values, so we need public methods. So let's create the getters for these properties. And for the string representation, so we are overriding the string method. So basically toString method. So equals and hashCode we want to override. I'm just taking the help of id. So we can write equals and hashCode methods. So this is the person class, which is basically the data carrying class, so where we will be holding the data. And let me create the main class here with main method. So in this main class, if I want to make object of person class, so person class equals to new person class, and let me pass some data: name, age, and email. So this way we can create the object of person class. And to represent this class, so we have written almost 50 lines of code, right? And now how we can represent the person class using records. So here I'm creating person record, and here we have option to create record. So here I am passing the properties string name, int age, and string email. And that's it. So this is the record, and to create record, so we have used the special keyword that is record. And the name of the record, and here in parentheses we just need to pass the properties. So these properties are equivalent to declaring these properties in person class. So these are the final properties. Similarly, behind the scene, the system will create the properties corresponding to these parameters. And in this record, the default constructor, that is called canonical constructor in the records, that is added by itself. So this record contains getter methods for all the properties. This record contains toString, hash, and equals methods by default. So this person record contains all the properties as final with their getter methods. Also, the constructor exactly same as in this person class we have declared, and also it contains the toString, equals, and hashCode methods. So everything is added by default implicitly, so we need not to write any code. And in main class, if I want to declare the instance of person record, so person record equals to new person record, exactly same way we can initialize the person record. So let me change the name. And if I want to fetch name from the person class, so what we do, so person class dot get name, right? And similarly, if I want to fetch the name from person record, so we will be writing person record dot. So you can see in our person class, our getter method starts with get. So get name, get age, or get email, right? But in person record, so the getter methods are added by default, and their name is exactly the same as the name of the properties. So here, if I want to fetch the name, so here we can fetch the name by calling the name getter method. Let me run this program. So you can see, so this is from class and this is from record. So records just reduced a lot of boilerplate code which contains the properties declaration, constructor, getters, toString, equals, and hash code. So this is, we can say, kind of shortcut to create immutable data carrier class. There are a lot more in records that we can do. So we will be discussing all one by one. So the first thing is, so the constructor, we can just override the constructor. So the constructor, if we talk about the classes, so if we don't declare the constructor in classes, so the default constructor is public person class non-parameterized. Constructor is always there if there is no constructor declared in the class. But in records there is some different case. So in records, the default constructor is the parameterized constructor, same as this constructor in class, and which is called canonical constructor. So we can override the constructor if we want to add some additional code. So public person record and we can write this way. And for example, we want to put some condition on age. For example, age less than 0 or greater than 100. So for us, this is some invalid scenario. So we want to throw the exception. So we can override the constructor and we can put the logic. Now here in canonical constructor, so we have option to make it compact constructor. So this is a special case of compact constructor. So what we can do to make it compact constructor, so we can just remove this list of parameters, and also we can remove this, because this assignment will be happening automatically. So implicitly it will be happening. So we just need to write our condition as per the requirement, right? So this is called compact constructor. uh, for example, here if I pass some value, for example 101, and if I run this, so we will be facing this exception. So age must be between 0 and 100. So such validations or any logic, so we can write in the compact constructor, or we can override the constructor and we can put the conditions. So moreover, we can add additional methods in this. For example, there is a method public string return name in uppercase, right? So we can return name in uppercase. So these additional methods can be written over here. And in main class, let me correct this. If I want to call person record dot return name in uppercase, so we can call the functions the way we want to. And addition to that, we can add static methods as well. So public static void say hello. So for example, hello name. So, sorry, we cannot write because that is non-static. So hello, how are you? And here to call static methods, so we just need to call using record name dot say hello. If I run this, so hello, how are you? One thing more we can do is, in records we can declare the constants. So public static final for example default value equals to this is default value, right? And we can use this, but there is a constraint. So we cannot declare any non-static variable in the record. So here if I try to declare boolean flag equals to false. So you can see the error, instance field is not allowed in record. So we cannot declare any instance variables or properties directly here. So whatever we want to declare, so the only way to declare in record is here, the list of arguments that will be becoming the properties or instance variables ultimately. Now another thing, just to keep the code clean, I am removing all this. So if I want to inherit something in this record, so extends, for example, I want to inherit from person class. So again, inheritance is not allowed. So you will see no extends clause allowed for record, because this record is already inherited from record class. So we cannot do multiple inheritance in Java. So that's why this inheritance is not allowed. But we can implement some interface in the record. For example, implements serializable. So these methods we just removed. So I need to remove those from here. And here you can see, so implementation or implements from some interface that is allowed for the records. So this is all about the Java records. So I'm just adding some other functionality here. For example, I want to create one array list of person record, and then I want to add some records. So first one, person records dot add new person record, maybe some name, age, and email. Similarly, another record, and further we can use this array list. So I'm just printing the elements of array list and run. You can see all the person records are printed over here. So finally, to sum up, Java records provide a clean and concise way to create immutable data carrying classes with minimal boilerplate code, right? They are perfect for scenarios where you need to represent simple data structures. For example, I have created this array list which contains 3 persons data. So we just used the person record. If you are working with Java 16 or later, right? So I highly recommend giving records a try. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe my YouTube channel for more awesome coding tutorials. See you in the next video, and as always, happy coding. Thank you.